Hello everybody, and just here, and welcome back to Helck, episode 14, in which, I don't know, we might see, we probably will see a little bit of Helck's backstory. I'm just not sure whether this entire episode will be the backstory, or are we going to see some contemporary things as well. I'm gonna be honest, I like the latter. I'd really prefer the latter, but we'll see. Right, the previous episode. The previous episode was Helck's backstory. Oh, my cat just woke up. Yeah, Helck's backstory. That's essentially the summary of it. We have learned how Helck and Helck and Kless have been were orphans. Kless fell ill, and thankfully, after being rejected by so many people, I really thought that that's what's gonna trigger Helck's hate and loathing. But apparently not, because they were helped by a benefactor, so to speak, and that was, let's see, Rafaed, and mostly his daughter. Where is she? Shalami Rafaed, who took pity on them and urged her father to take them in. And I really thought that the father, that Rafaed, might be twisted somehow, and maybe is gonna experiment on Kless, and that's what's gonna awaken the heroism in him, or any sort of, dark scenario. I really only had those in my mind, but no. Everything has been going well. Kless rose through the ranks in the military, and he's been dubbed a hero. Helck now has a job as a manual laborer and is also doing fine. Kless even has something going on with Shalami, and I was afraid that maybe Helck will be jealous, or Helck and Kless will fight for the girl, but no, Helck seems supportive, and nothing is going wrong. Nothing is going wrong. It was only at the end of the episode that we heard from Helck that Kless set off to some journey, and Helck said that when Kless returned, Helck was no longer there because he had to... he didn't say escape, he didn't say run away. I forgot what were his exact words, but essentially they boiled down to Helck no longer being in the city when Kless would have returned. Why, though? That is the question. And why have we not seen Kless? That's also a big question. That's possibly an even bigger question, although, I mean, shit, every single question here is big. I think, actually, Helck explicitly said something else than run away or escape or whatever. He had to leave, not even leave. The way it was worded, if I recall correctly, was that he didn't do it under duress, or because he was forced to, or because he had to, right? It's not like he was, I don't know, framed for the murder of someone and had to run away, or he was chased off, or, anything of the sort. So I have to wonder, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? And I also have to wonder, are we going to see it in today's episode, because it's plausible, or are we going to see something else in today's episode and we're gonna go back to the backstory at a later date? We'll see. Yeah, I don't think I have anything more to say, honestly. I mean, we're gonna see a recap anyway, so how about I just stop talking and we start watching, right? To do that, you will of course need your subs to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on. I keep repeating it with every episode I've been recording recently, and I guess I have to repeat it again. I re-pierced my ear, so I have to avoid my headphones, and that's why I'm wearing earphones. But they do weird things to how I hear my own voice. So if it's a little low, or a little high, or a little too loud, or a little too quiet, or whatever, you're gonna have to adjust it. Hopefully it's temporary. I mean, it is temporary, but hopefully no longer than a couple of weeks. They told me I have to avoid touching it for like a month, but no way in hell I'm doing it for a month. So yeah, adjust your speakers if you need to. And I'm also gonna have to ask you for your support, of course, on Patreon or YouTube down below, or not, share my content, spread the word, cost you nothing, helps a lot. And with all of that out of the way, we can start watching Helck episode 14 in 3, 2, 1, go. Yep. Yep. Oh, right, I forgot that we had the new opening with snowflakes for some reason. And as usual, last time we got English subs, now we're getting Japanese subs. I kinda miss the days of fan subs where you would have English subtitles at the bottom for every song and Japanese subtitles at the top, and stylized in like a, you know, sing along way. But yeah, the days of fan subs have kinda passed, unfortunately. I even heard there are issues with like Ancient Magus Bride subtitles, that they're mistranslated and whatnot. Hopefully fan subs make a resurgence. But we'll see. The Mercenaries. I initially read it as a Macarena. I'm not gonna lie to you. I read it as the Macarena. Not a Macarena, the Macarena. Ah, it's late. Okay, and that's how you met Edel. It's a monster. Okay, so yeah, a strong monster. He had to fight. Yep. But it didn't. Yeah, but it turns out that you have a lot of potential. Okay. So he realized his strengths. And it worked. Probably. I mean, yeah, that's also true. He is built different. So Edil continued with Helck, right? Right. Yeah, but I mean, he probably will be. Let's be honest here. He's probably gonna do a better job than a whole squadron. Okay, and that's how Helck and Edel grew close together. And Helck's cloak is Edel's cloak. Shit, okay. You have a backstory on the cloak. Okay. Yeah, let's save as many people as possible. Buildings can be rebuilt. You can still save some people. Especially since the monsters don't even attack you. Yeah, focus on saving people. Another person who became a hero later. Oh, so we have the backstory on the cape. I wonder what's the backstory on the headband. She doesn't mind. Is she an adventurer or something? Punch? Yeah, it just broke the sound barrier, nothing major. Uh, no, so it's not the hero killer. It's a different sword. I mean, Helck's bare hands are a lethal weapon, so. Yeah, he's not even a soldier. Whomst. Okay, that's good. Another reason why I don't like earphones is they shift in my ear as I talk, and I have to reseat them every now and then. Oh, and Helck joined that mercenary group, didn't he? Pay up. I mean, yeah, that's probably a good call. Uh, they are all going to die, aren't they? We're gonna go Overlord Season 1, aren't we? Hmm. Okay. So Edel had no chance to show off. Or, be the, like, quote unquote proper lord of the city. I mean, sure, but you didn't really allow him to show his skills and whatnot. Unless, again, it was just for comedic effect and not actually something that, I don't know, Edil would resent Helck for. And then they died. Question is how? Because of monsters or because of humans? So a little bit of that heroic blood as well. Yeah, you don't even need weapons. Right, let alone worry about other people. And is that her being eaten? No. Okay, I thought we were going for some flash forward here. You're continuing as a mercenary. Yep. So is this the reason why Helck didn't come back to the city to meet up with Kless? And then heroification process. Oh, no. Sure, we need to kill the Demon Lord. Of course. Okay. Class. Okay, so there goes my theory that the Human King is Class. With Edil? Or who was it to his right? No, Edil is here. Okay, we have one of the heroes and another one. Wait, Mikaros? Where else did I hear this name? Okay, so here's already his headband. I thought he also got it from someone or something along those lines, but no. Apparently it's just the cape that has some history to it. Assuming it is the same cape, of course. Right, okay. So everything is still going well. Oh, Kless has been mortally wounded. Lost an eye and all. Does he not have the regeneration factor? Shalami is here as well. Mm-hmm. Mikaros, okay. Is Mikaros sus? That's the question. Okay, did something go awry with the treatment? did they decide to utilize Kless's body to produce the heroification serum? Or is Helck's resentment because Kless was gravely injured for no reason, essentially, because killing the Demon Lord didn't solve the monster issue? But then again, who could have known that? Uh, did Helck come to hate people because of how they treat Kless? I see the darkened eyes. I guess. And that's the episode. Okay. So, again, things are going maybe not well, but relatively well, right? There's still nothing that would actually make Helck resent humans so much. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, there's Mikaros. Hey, I don't like his smile. I really don't like his smile. I wonder if this is legit how it went, that they hooked up Kless to some machinery and started milking him for heroification serum. Oh, spoilers. I'd rather not, thank you very much. What I would rather, though, is the same episode again. Shall we? Yes, we shall. Recap OP. Okay, so now we know why did Helck build such a rapport with Edil. They've been traveling together, they've been living together for a long time. Helck was Edil's savior, first of all, the savior of his city, and then continued living in Edil's city, Edil's town, and continued protecting it. Yeah, this is 100% Edil's cloak. I think Helck did exchange it for something else eventually, though, because the color is different. I thought it might have been faded, but the clasp also isn't here. I don't know. Here I thought that yeah, this is the moment when she pulled out the sword. I thought that this is how Helck is going to start building up his gear, collecting his gear. He got the cape from Idol. He's gonna get half a sword from this girl. He's gonna then get the hairband from someone else he saved, or, you know, something along those lines. Maybe his headband is the necklace that some little girl had who he saved, and she gave it to him as a thanks, but his neck is too wide, so he's wearing the necklace as a hairband, or, something along those lines. But it seems like I might have been looking a little bit too deep into it. And yeah, you're gonna be very useful helping us get rid of the monsters. I don't think... Have we seen any of those characters again? The girl with the cape, the mage girl. I recognize this character from somewhere, but it might very well just be a different series. And just a very similar design. I'm not entirely sure if I recognize her from Helck or not. And we've been protecting... Helck has been protecting the city, the town, from monsters all this time. I really thought that we're gonna... Again, everything is going so well, and I know that it ends so badly that I'm looking for anything bad at every step. So again, I thought that perhaps Edil has built up some resentment towards Helck, or some inferiority complex, because he's the city lord, the town lord, and he wants to protect the city. He wants to fight as well, he wants to prove himself, but Helck is more revered by the people than he is, the town lord, essentially, because Helck just leaves him behind and goes to fight on his own, or something along those lines. It's decently common. It's a decently common trope, but no, it seems not. It seems that, again, everything is going perfectly well, perfectly fine. I thought that maybe here there's something bad going to happen. Maybe she reveals that she has an incurable sickness and asks Helck to kill her and take over the mercenary band, or, my mind has been going every which place. But no, they made they went through their differences, their grievances and whatnot, and everything is perfectly fine again. I thought that maybe this is her dying. It's a flash forward. She's talking about, what it takes to save an even greater number of people, even as strong as I am. And then she gets swallowed. We zoom out. There's Helck, all of his comrades laying on the ground, and narrator says, or Helck says, that, but it was not meant to be, or, something along those lines. But again, no! Again, no! Again, everything is going so well. So well for Helck, so well for everybody else. Except the world at large. Because the world is still plagued by monsters. But we found a solution for those monsters. Our king said, our king decreed that it's the demon lord in the demon realm creating all of those. So if we kill the demon lord, we're gonna be free. There's hope again. And we're sending Kless. And Kless doesn't die. Kless returns, maybe not triumphant, and also alive. We know that he became a fake hero, false hero, whatever you want to call him. We don't know much about Mikaros. and bring peace to the world for us. And he did. Again, nothing went awry. Well, besides this, but again, he's alive. Badly beaten up, missing an eye, poisoned, but alive. Ultimately alive. So again, seemingly everything's going well. As far as Helck and Kles and Helck's immediate surroundings are concerned. Another monster attack. I thought that maybe this is going to be the moment that kind of breaks Helck. Right? That this is going to be the moment of his resentment. That all of those people are cussing Kles out, that he's a coward, he ran away from the Demon Lord, have him come out and face the demons, face the monsters. Why is he hiding? And Helck will not have it. Right? He's gonna have the moment of, he fucking saved you, why are you against him now? You are ungrateful, you know? But no, again, no. Instead, Helck has a moment of, hey, maybe the Demon Lord, rose again. Maybe he resurrected. I'm just gonna go and kill the Demon Lord again. Kles can't do it, I'm gonna do it. Again, a little bit of a reason for resentment towards humans, but nothing major to the point where Helck would consider joining the demon army and saying, let's eradicate humanity. You know? And Helck is setting off with the intention to kill the Demon Lord, not become the Demon Lord. So either he's gonna come back from this expedition and he's gonna learn that the Demon Lord is actually dead, and he's gonna come back and the city and the country perhaps even will be in complete disrepair, and he's gonna see that Kles is being used to mass produce heroes, and then he's gonna decide, hey, I'm gonna go to the demons because I went through their lands looking for the Demon Lord and I learned that they're a nice bunch, actually. They're not so different from humans, perhaps even better. So I'm gonna go to them. They're better people than you are, exploiting my brother like he's the fucking emperor from 40k. I'm gonna go join forces with the demons and raid humans. Maybe that's it. I don't know. And what, we're done with the episode, really? Is it going to be a 40-minute video? Let me go back through it again, because I had to have missed something. It can't be that my videos are this short. I mean, it's not gonna be as long as his neck, that's for sure. I'm thinking of Mikaros. He seemed genuine. Mikaros and the knight whose name I've forgotten and who Zelgion. Yeah, finally Zelgion has a photo in the in AniList. But yeah, I thought it seems like Mikaros and Zelgion are genuine here, so it's not like there's some shenanigans going on with them. Although I really don't like the face Mikaros is making right here. Then again, Haraul, who's forever been scared and panicky, is also showing a similar face here. Zelgion, who's been very, hardened and genuine, is also showing a nasty smirk. I don't know if I... Actually, I'm gonna note it down. Mikaros is sus. Mikaros is sus. I wonder. Also, I wonder, the helmeted lady, is this Alicia, the leader of the mercenaries? We don't see her face, and we don't see her face for a goddamn reason. Lady hero with bird helmet is Alicia, leader of mercs. I guess that would be the reason to make Helck resentful. If they were forcefully injected with the heroification serum against their will, and the entire mercenary band died, it was only Alicia who was able to survive. Right? You killed my comrades, and you made the only survivor an empty puppet dancing on Human King's strings. You made Edel, my best friend, an empty puppet. Similarly, you made the doctor who saved my and Kless's life, you also turned him evil in the name of human supremacy, in the name of eradicating demons, because you're not trying to stop the monsters, we know that much. I think it might be something along those lines. Helck resents humans because King turned his friends into full heroes. I don't know. I guess we're gonna need at least one more episode to see the reason for Helck's resentment. But before that, let's watch this one again, I guess. I guess this episode is gonna be a little shorter than usual. But yeah, that was episode 4 of Helck. We got even more of a backstory. We know even more about Helck now. But we still don't see the moment, you know? We have the moment when Helck lost his shirt and never wore it again. We have the moment when Helck gets his cape. We see all those moments, but we don't see the most important one. There are so many occasions, there are so many chances for that moment to happen, but it just doesn't. It just continues going well. All things considered, it just continues going well. On one hand, I can't wait for the reveal of what made Helck so resentful of humans. I can't wait for it because I'm simply curious. I'm interested. I want to see why that happened. I want to know why it happened. On the other, I want to know it as well. I want to learn it. I want to see it. But for a different reason. I don't want to say it's dragging out, but it very well might start dragging out, and soon. I had a very similar feeling when the island arc started, right? We are in the middle of doing something, and now suddenly Helck and Vermilio are being ripped away from the main plot. and go do something else, I'm having a very similar feeling here. Right, we are going through the plot, Helck and Vermilio returning, Asdra preparing that big campaign against humans and whatnot, and we are being ripped away from the story, from the adventure, from the travel, and we're going through flashbacks, we're going through the backstory. Now, sure, the backstory is important, and so far it hasn't been dragging, but I fear it might. If it continues for much longer, I fear like maybe I'm gonna finish Helck one way or another. I'm not gonna drop it because I lost interest in a flashback or what have you. But be it me or some other people might start losing interest, if I'm to be perfectly honest with you. It's interesting, but not in a way that the main show is interesting, right? It's like you're watching a space opera kind of a show, kind of an anime. Are there even any space opera animes besides, I don't know, Gundams or something? And you're watching it, and it's cool, and it's fine, and you like it. And then there is suddenly a cooking tournament arc. And sure, it's executed well. It's a nice cooking tournament arc. The food is portrayed very well, and it's funny and whatnot, but you weren't here for the cooking tournament. You were kind of engrossed in the story of defeating the Martian Emperor and saving humanity, and now we're just cooking fucking bulgogi, right? And I'm getting a little bit of that feeling here. Like, I was immersed in the story of their travels, of their journey through the world, and now we're just following Helck and his brother, and nothing really happens. In that, nothing. I don't know how to word it well, because I don't want to come off as not liking what's going on, but at the same time, how do I put it? How do I put it? Yeah, it's not that nothing is happening. It's that nothing that would progress the main story, and nothing that would explain any questions that we have happens. Yeah, I think that's my point. That's my point, that the previous episode, and hell, even this episode, didn't really answer any questions that I would have. Didn't really build up the world in any particularly meaningful way. We still don't know the reason for the monster attacks. We already knew that Kless slew the Demon Lord. We already knew that it was at the orders of the Human King. Nothing really moved the story forward. And every now and then, having an episode like that is perfectly fine. It's even recommended, I would say, because you can't have the constant story beats going and going and going, because you're gonna get tired of that as well. That's why downtime episodes are so important. But if we are to get 3 episodes of pure downtime, that would be a little bit too much. It's necessary, but in moderation. And I hope that this show does not exceed that moderation. That in the next episode, in episode 15, something's actually going to happen. Either we're gonna see the reason for Helck's resentment, or we're gonna see how Helck learned about the demons, or we're gonna see how the heroification process came to be, or something like that. Because if we don't, and if episode 16 is also the backstory, it's gonna start to drag a little. I guess that's my point that I'm trying to make. It's fine so far, but it better not continue this way, I guess. But yeah, I think that's it. I spent a lot of time fumbling with my words at the end here, so I'm just gonna spare you talking anymore, and I'm gonna end this episode a little bit early, 50 minutes in. But maybe you guys have something more to add about this episode, about my reaction, my theories. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? I know. Tell me all about it in the comments down below. What did you think of this episode of my reaction, my theories? I already said that. Tell me all about it in the comments down below. No spoilers, please. Spoilers, go to the Discord, also linked in the description as well, where you can join. There's a Helck channel and you can talk spoilers to your heart's content. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases of not only Helck, but also Zom 100, Magia Record, Freeren, Shangri-La Frontier, Sai no Paladin Season 2, Shield Hero Season 3, Undead Girl Murder Farce, Nanatsu no Makengashi Haisuru, and others can catch in the future. I also stream sometimes, so you might want to click the bell icon to be notified when I go live. Support the channel if you want monetarily on a Patreon linked down below, where for $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Magia Record, and for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, share my content, spread the word, it costs you nothing and helps a lot. And you can also support me on YouTube itself via memberships, super thanks, stuff like that, also down below. But right now, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's my wonderful Patreons: QB, Without the Net, Group of Survivors, Zetran, Rainer, Shoshu, Akumansar, Puzzle, David, Dr. Watt, Marshi, Kayla, and Hans Peter. And you can join them without having to defend a town.